Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Trekyards. I am Captain Foley,
Well, I'm Connor Guns.
and we want to welcome you back because we want to talk about something that we noticed in this last episode of Picard, which is Season 2, Episode 9, Hide and Seek. There was, in fact, a little ship playing hide and seek.
Mm-hmm. We found it, though.
You might not have seen it, but we did the work for you.
And this is, when I prepped this, I had one thought, but then someone's pointed out, this is actually a bigger deal than you think. In the grand scheme of it, as is now the name of the title, which I changed afterwards. So here is the picture. And if you don't recognise it, audience, Stuart, let us in. What are we looking at here, and why is it important?
We are looking at the NX-01 Refit, the SS Enterprise, that would have been seen in later seasons of Enterprise had it continued. At least that's what Doug wanted.
Yes. To clarify, he had always thought it'd be a good idea to refit it in some form, and so after the show finished, he designed the refit. He pitched it several years, I believe, at a time, and he'd hoped it would go on. There was no commitment for it to exist had they had more seasons, but it may have. He was going to keep pushing for it. But this then became a thing, and then the fans really embraced it. It's really cool.
Yeah, when he was doing his design work, he always held it up just and imagined the secondary hull, how it would fit on there.
Because it's desperately missing one is the NX.
Yeah. So he did design it, and it's become an Egomos model. It's become kind of a lost piece of canon almost.
Fan favorite. Yeah.
Turns up here and there, and
in the games, in the calendar.
Now I guess it's kind of canonized on screen, because there it is there. Little Jean-Luc Picard is playing with it.
Yeah, that's the thing. This makes it canon. Now, it's a slight double-edged sword, though, with this, because it also, if this is canon, then the hologram of the Enterprise D in the second episode of Picard Season 1 with the wrong shuttle bay doors is also then canon by that logic. But then it's like, but that's not how the ship looked. So it's kind of a weird thing of like, well, if it's definitionally canon because it's on the screen, then all the flaws are also canon, all the mistakes are also canon, which we've already covered in this episode. But
including the Strange New Worlds Enterprise that we see in Picard's Season 1.
Well, including the on-screen text of the Enterprise in Season 2 of Discovery having a different crew complement than the ones they say in voiceover.
And the proper dimensions, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know what I mean? Like, this is kind of double-edged sword. We take what we want to take and ignore what doesn't make sense. So we can also ignore this as it's a miniaturing canon, that's all you can say. But take it as it's positive. This means that to Jean-Luc Picard's young... Remember, this is not a through his brain flashback. This is a real flashback. No filter. This is exactly what happened. The clarity of reality. So, real young Picard really had a ship that was the NX refit on his thing, and it's bloody clearly the Egos model. Because obviously it is. But it clearly is. I recognise everything about it for the paint detail. I mean, it's there. You know?
Yeah. Oh, and behind it is a 5/37th scale Miranda class, the old AMT kit. Just for the record. Yeah. So NX-01 refits now kind of officially canon, I guess. Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly the first real step. And what's kind of funny is that this Miranda class refit, Picard was only born 2305, and Wrath of Khan happened in 2285. So he's probably about, 10 here? Give or take?
Yeah.
So that ship is only going to be 20 or 30 years old. So that's in terms of Space Navy, that's relatively new. And I'm sure it wouldn't be necessarily mass talked about the day it was launched, etc. So it's kind of funny he's got such a more modern ship versus an old classic. And they had the NX-01 on a desk in a previous flashback, as well as like K7. So he likes his vintage stuff. But no, it was just lovely to see, because it's like, oh, it's the Egos model. But no, it's more meta than that. It makes the design canon in some way, which is great. It's a very worthwhile successor to the NX. It really works. You know, designed by Doug, built by Pierre Droulet, takes the original NX3 model, adds onto it by the guy that made the NX1 model to the same quality, and it really works from a lot of angles. Yeah.
How many of you saw it? How many of you noticed it? We want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, there's like 5 clear frames, and the rest of them is obscured by somebody. But that's fine. I go frame by frame. So yeah, cool. It's canon. As is the D4 from Enterprise, as is the list of weird visual things is true. But hey, we'll take the positive with this one. Nice.
And we know there was other ships in that scene as well. We'll probably do a video about those at some other point. But yes, there's quite a bit to see there if you're snoopy enough.
And it's worth saying that if you want to own a screen-used prop now of Star Trek Picard, you can go buy the Eagle Moss XL NX-01 refit model, available today at all good Eagle Moss retailers, or I guess Hero Collector now. Either one, both.
Yeah. And speaking of, there's an affiliate link down in the description
There
of
is.
all of our videos for Eagle Moss. Click that link so they know where the traffic's coming from, and then put that in your cart along with some other things, and use the discount code Trekyards10 to save yourself 10% on your order. So you can help us out and help yourself out and get a screen used, well, not screen used, but a screen accurate prop. Yeah, do that. And speaking of the description, while you're down there, click that like button. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure the subscribe button says subscribe. And click the join button as well. See if you want to join our channel where we talk about all things Trek, essentially. But we like to focus on the ships and tech specifically. So if you're into that and you want to join us for lives and hang out with us, we'd really appreciate that. And we want to see you guys at those very things.
But direct supporting us is very important as well. Our Patreon, PayPal, join the channel on YouTube, or super chatting, which we love because it's direct communication. And we love that conversation with you guys. So support us if you can. If you can't, just keep watching. But if you can, please do, and thanks in advance.
That's right. So until next time, he's Commander Cockings.
He's Captain Foley. And Doug's happy today.
Better be.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.